everyone, this is A3T. Today, back with another How to Play. Today, we're going to how to play the game Oh My Brain. No brain, no pain. From 25th Century Games. You can actually open this up on the front here. And it has information on how to play the game, which is really cool. Nice UV ink on the back. Yeah, no pain, no brain. No brain, no pain. Did I say no pain, no brain? That's from 25th Century Games. This came out when? I'm not sure, but it's designed by Bruno Cafala and Theo Riviere. We're pretty known for some of the games, followed by Olivier Duatil. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I did say when this came out, a couple of years ago at least. And then open it up, this is where all the components are going to be. And this is the rules in this sleeve, which is really cool. So, in the game, you get these stands for putting cards. You get the deck of cards. It has a bunch of cards, numbered 0 through 16. There's special cards that are in pink that are related, that have some special abilities. Then there's other cards that have this marshmallow that's related to this die. And if you play one of those, you roll the die and do whatever it says. You also got brain tokens. The brains. Everyone's going to get 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are just little cardboard tokens. If a player ever runs out of brains, then the game ends, and whoever has the most brains left over wins. That's how it plays, basically. Well, that's the extent of how it ends. And this can actually happen during the middle of a round or at the end of the round when you lose brains, because every card you have left in this tray, standee, which is called the cemetery, every card you have left there will cost you a brain. And yes, this is kind of more of a Halloween themed game, but screw it, we're doing it now at Christmas time. So we'll create a nice pile of brain tokens here, and then we'll shuffle up the cards. Now, there's 50 cards, by the way. Everyone will get 3 cards dealt face down. And you're going to look at them and you're going to choose one to put here in your cemetery. And let me just see. Okay, this works better like this, I do believe. And you're going to keep these secret to yourself. Maybe it doesn't work better. You're going to keep these secret to yourself. And so these guys are going to do the same thing. Let me just reverse this. And you can put these in whatever order you kind of want. Make sure you don't see the other player's cards. Then you're going to repeat. You're going to deal out 3 cards again. And again, you're going to put one in your standee, or whatever you want to call this, the stand. And I will put maybe the 17, I guess. And you're going to do this until you have 3 cards in the stand, I do believe. In your cemetery, yes. And 6 cards in your hand. The rest become a draw pile. I'll just do, this cemetery just fell over. Not the best contraption, but it's fine. And I will put, let's say, maybe one of these 14s in there. Crap. as I drop a card. Alright, then we are ready to go. I'm going to push these guys back a little bit, hopefully, without losing any. We're ready to go. On your turn, you're going to play a card from your hand, and then you can also refill your hand from your cemetery up to 3 cards. Yeah, I guess you don't technically have to, but you can. If you have at least 3 cards in your hand, then I believe you're not required to refill. Actually, I changed my mind on this 14 because, I want to use it for an explanation. So, one person's going to start. Let's see who the start player is. I should point out, by the way, this is called the Swamp Deck. And there's going to be a discard pile. There's also going to be the Campfire, which is where you're going to play cards onto. And it's a kind of a ladder climbing game in a way, because it's also a setting game, kind of an Uno-esque game, where you're going to play a card or cards on the campfire that are higher than what is there if possible. If you play multiple cards, you're actually going to take those extras and play them into other people's cemeteries. Once you get rid of all the cards in your hand in a cemetery, the round ends, and you also get rid of some brains. Everyone else will collect brains for every card they have left in their cemetery. Is the way it works. Now, so we'll start with me. And the campfire is empty. That means I can play any card I want. So I'll play a 3. Now, a card that has a dice symbol on it, marshmallow, means you get to roll the die. And I'll explain what each side of the die does. This one means you get to steal a brain from an opponent. This one means you get to swap your hand or your cemetery with an opponent, but you cannot swap a cemetery for an empty one. So if I had like 1 card, let's say this guy had 1 card left in the cemetery and I have like 5, I can swap them so that I have less and he has more. Take that stuff is what it is. This one lets you take another turn if you land on this. This one, with the hand, lets you place a card from your hand into an opponent's cemetery. So I could take one of these and put them into their cemetery. And there's the one more. There is this one, which each player, including yourself, must draw a card from the swamp deck and add it to your cemetery. So you draw a card from here, boop, put it into your cemetery. So since I played the marshmallow, I get to roll the die. And use the ability. So let's do that. And it's a, steal a brain. I'll steal your brain, sir. Thank you. So now they have 1 less brain. They're not going to be filled. So they have to play a card. It has to be higher than that. And they can play multiple. And they're going to punish me for stealing the brain. No doubt. Perhaps. So, what you'll do is, if you want to play multiple of the same number, you can just play 1. But he's going to play multiple. He's going to play these 2 4s. And you play 1 here, and then you can play 1 in somebody else's cemetery. So he's going to choose me, and you can kind of put it wherever you want in their cemetery. Make sure your cemetery cards are visible, and then maybe he decides to draw this one back into his hand. So this guy's going to go, and he's going to play 2 6s, and he's going to put 1 here, and he's going to give 1 to this player. Since he has less cards in his cemetery, he's trying to help him out. I just make sure I didn't play any special cards. And then, if you want, you get this mosquito card, the 0. This can be played at any time, regardless of what's on the pile. 11 lets me discard this pile, and then refill my hand in a normal way, and then I get to start again. This guy's gonna go. He's gonna play his 2 5s, and maybe he gives one to this guy because he gave him a card last time. I'll explain that 8 in a minute. This guy's gonna go. He plays a 7. This, I don't believe counts as, no, it's a brain. It's not the die symbol. So then I'm gonna go. I'll play these 14s. I'll give one to you, one to you, and then this guy's gonna go. The 8, by the way, when you play it, the next player has to play something that is lower than an 8, as opposed to higher. We'll see that in a minute, I'm sure. But what's going to happen now is, if you cannot or do not want to play any cards on the campfire, you're going to take all those cards, put them in the discard pile, and you will lose a brain token. If it's your last one, the game will end immediately. You also draw 2 cards from the swamp deck. Choose one to keep, and the other to put in your cemetery. If the swamp deck happens to be empty, you shuffle up the discard to form a new one. Then you will play one or more cards from your hand to start a new campfire. So he cannot play, so he's going to draw 2 cards. Maybe he puts one here, and then he puts one here. And this would be discarded, and then he will start with a 6. So this guy's gonna go. He plays a 9. I can't play, but damn it, I can't play. I screwed up. I'm gonna draw 2 cards and discard this, and one of these has to go here. We'll put the whatever. We'll put the 11 here, and then I get to play. Actually, I screwed up. I could have played the 0. But anyway, this guy's going to play the 8. Forces the next player to play something less than an 8. If they can, and so they will. And I will play. And actually, he's going to draw a card from his pile here. I will play the 10. And I will also draw, let's say, 13. This guy's going to go. He'll play the 11. Which again, lets them discard the campfire, refill their hand, and then play again. So they're going to discard this. They're going to, let's say, get this card, and they'll play that one. And then maybe they refill their hand again. This guy's going to play 10. He's going to refill his hand. I'm going to go. I'll play a 13, and I will refill my hand. This guy's going to go. He'll play. Oof, he can't play. So he has to draw 2 cards. Add one here. And we'll discard these, of course. He'll play a 7. They keep going around the table like this. So I'll play that. I'll draw back up. I'll play a 17. I have to roll the die. And I steal a brain. I'll steal from you this time. That might be counterproductive. We'll try to get rid of all his. And I will draw a card. So this guy's going to go. He can't play, so he has to discard these. Draw 2. Put one over here. And then he'll play a card. And this guy's going to go. He'll play a 5. He'll draw a card. He's running out of cards, by the way. But as am I. I'll play the 0. And I'll draw this last card. This guy's going to go. He'll play the 9. And he'll draw a card. Maybe this one. And this guy's going to go. He can't play, so he's going to have to discard these. Draw 2 cards. Put one in here. And then he'll play a 5. Then I will go. I will play an 11, which lets me steal a brain. I recall correctly. No, sorry. You can have that back, sorry. It lets me discard this and go again. And I've gone out. Well, actually, I gotta roll the die. I still gotta do that. Lucky brains, yes. I get to steal another brain. So, now the round has ended. Once a person goes out, the round ends. And that means playing all the cards in your hand and your cemetery. And again, like I said, this last card I played had a rice roll, so I had to roll the die. Fortunately, it was just a brain steal. Otherwise, I might have had to draw cards back up, and the game would have continued. Everyone will now lose one brain for each card in their cemetery. And in their hand, the cemetery and their hand. So this guy's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bye-bye. And this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he is in dire trouble. He's got 2 brains left. If these get stolen by me or somebody else again via die roll, or he loses them, the game is over. And then whoever has the most brains at the end of the game, that would be me. If the game were to end right now, I would win. So that is the game. It's a fun little setting, kind of ladder climbing game, sort of. It's pretty cool. Nice enough components. I wish the stands were maybe a little bit better, a little bit floppy, but it is what it is. The cards are decent quality, but no linen finish. Nice enough artwork. It's fun. It's a fun little game. A little distraction. So that is that. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.